Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another SLG Meetup. Now, here and there we bring some of those exciting guests that talk about something different than real estate within the luxury space, which in this case is about clothing, the ultimate in luxury clothing. For that, we're going to have Christopher Korey. He's the co-founder of the well-known brand Christopher Korey Collection. Come on. What's happening, Christopher?
Hey brother, how are you? Good to see you.
Come on, you have to open the screen with this pose, like model material right now.
Oh my God, that's model material though. The world is in a very dark place, brother. We can do a lot better.
No, look, I'm so happy to have you here with us today. I mean, I gotta say, don't know where to start. We said co-founder of CKC, and we talked about all the incredible things that you've done with the brand. However, you're also a model. I mean, everywhere I look is you wearing one of those pieces looking nice. I need to learn
Yeah,
from you.
you are far too kind, bro. I am far from a model, but we couldn't really find anybody else to do it, and I work cheap, and we we needed a body to put the stuff on, and I was the only one available, so it ended up being me. Yeah.
You're doing a good job on that end as well. If your
Thank
business
you.
for some reason doesn't go in the direction that you wanted to go, you can always fall back into the modeling career.
Oh God. Well, you're all right. You could be my agent then, and we'll make something happen.
Good. No, listen, first of all, thank you for joining us. And how are things in New York? I know it's quite chilly, so it's a good time to be wearing those nice suits and jackets that you put together, huh?
Yeah, I honestly wish I could be wearing what you're wearing right now because I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cold here, brother. But that's part of living in New York. It's a tough town, and even the weather is tough here, and it makes it very difficult. But that being said, it's sort of the price you pay for living here, and have it be open 24 hours and have all the opportunities that are presented to you. Weather is part of the price you pay here.
Right.
It's
Well,
there is no perfect.
but I love it because people get to wear those pieces that you're putting
Yeah,
together. Because here in Miami, everybody goes with a t-shirt and or a shirt,
I
and that's
know.
it. So
That
New
that
York
that
is
is
more,
yeah. It
dress to
is the
impress.
benefit of living in a place that has seasonal change. You get to wear a lot of different things. You also get to layer up a lot of different things that
Right.
you can't do in warmer climates because you'd be dying from the heat. But here, yeah, and I generally think winter fabrics tend to be a little more lush and luxurious than wearing like linen all the time, or where you're stuck in one thing. Where it's nice to be able to change your mind once in a while.
Christopher, like how in the world, like you went from, because I looked into your story a little bit. How did you go from where you were all the way to, being in the Paris Fashion Week and putting your clothes to all these top celebrities? So tell us a little bit about the summary of your story.
Honestly, it was completely by accident, man. I would love to tell you that this was, all planned, and we had a business plan for this, and it was completely haphazard. And honestly, sometimes that's the best way that things unfold in front of you. You can try to methodically plan things out, and sometimes it just happens in a way that happens organically,
Right.
and that's what happened to us. One of my best friends is my tailor, and we had been friends for a long time. And in the real estate world, as you well know, you become very close with your clients, and you become, very intertwined in their lives, and they become intertwined in you, especially your best clients.
Yeah.
You get invited to all the birthday parties, and you have dinner with them, and
Yeah.
it becomes a group. And eventually, my clients would always ask me, oh, I love your jacket, or I love your shirt, or I love your pant. Where did you get that? And I would tell them I have a tailor who makes the majority of my stuff for me, and I would bring them to my tailor, and they would start getting into the custom clothing sort of realm, and they loved it. And so then it became sort of a thing where I was styling my clients all the time. I was taking them shopping, or we were having stuff made. And then, well, then actually, you know, this social media came along. And it was actually one of the young guys who worked for me. He said, you know, hey, Grandpa, you got to be on some kind of social media.
Come on,
And
step it up, step it up.
and I was like, it's the last thing I wanted. I wasn't on Facebook. I wasn't on any social media, any platform whatsoever. I kind of liked the anonymity of not being on anything. But he was right in that if you're going to be in business in today's world, it's a necessity. You know, people no longer, you go to a function and people no longer ask you, you know, for your business card, they ask you for your Instagram. So
Right. Yes, that's
I
so
could
true.
see things were changing, and so Instagram to me, what I liked about it, I didn't really like any of them, but what I liked about Instagram was it was the most visual and sort of very sort of simplistically laid out. What I didn't like about it, though, as most social media, it was very much a platform of lack. I could see a lot of young people going on the platform and kind of seeing all the things that they didn't have. So I try to make a pact with myself that if I was going to do this, it would be the opposite of that, to try to help somebody or uplift somebody or tell them, you know, if this idiot can do it, so can you. And try to keep it as authentic as possible. People were coming into the tailor shop with the pictures on the phone and say, "Oh, you made him this, can you make me this?" And you know, and it started to sort of grow organically that way. And then before you knew it, we had a shop and we had clients and we had customers. And then again, because of social media and social media being so global,
Right.
we all of a sudden were sending things to Dubai and London and Tokyo and
Wow.
places I had no idea that these people were even, you know, who knew who we were or were even following us. And then it just grew into, you know, what it is today. And we are beyond fortunate and beyond, you know, thankful.
What differentiates you from everyone else is about this unique customization within the luxury angle. And
Yeah.
it's like, I love what you said, right? From the formal to the casual, for the, you know, like there's a lot of different things that you do.
We do. We try to cover all bases, and I think you have to do that in today's world because we work and live much differently now, even than when we started the company. When we originally started, it was much more suit-based and, you know, sort of high-end, sort of luxury, but formal. And, you know, as the world changed, and as we changed in how we go to the office and how we live, it became much more relaxed style. So we started introducing a lot of that. And so you have to be very adaptive to, you know, how we live today, but keeping it at a very high quality. A lot of what I see out there, whether it's suiting or casual wear or whatever, it may look great. It may look great in photos on Instagram or whatever, and then you order one of these things and it you know shows up at your house.
Like,
it's frightening what, you know, what's out there. It's completely different and the quality is terrible and whatever. We try to stay as high quality as we possibly can, even if it's at the expense of us not making any money from it. I would rather be known as someone who delivered the highest quality than someone who had the highest profit margin because you know, we gave them some crappy product that, and we've tried to maintain that, you know, throughout, and we always will try to maintain that, even honestly at our own expense. If you're going to put your name on something, you know, you want people to feel good about it. And also it honestly is the best advertising you can have. You know, word of mouth is an incredible tool in today's world. Absolutely. And they have, you know, 15 friends who are looking for the same thing that they are.
What's been one of the biggest difficulties that you've had to encounter, and what did you learn from it?
Well, I'll tell you, I think in today's world, everybody wants instant gratification, you know,
Hmm.
and they want to click a button and have the thing show up to their door like Amazon in the next day. So one of the biggest hurdles we've had is, you know, we make everything from scratch. So it takes about anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks for us to actually make it and then ship it. So dealing with the headaches of the time lag and everybody used to
Mm.
getting everything right away, and that's been difficult. I would love to tell you that I spent as much time as I would like designing as I do actually on the business side, but it ends up being way more on the business side than I get,
I
you
bet.
know,
I
to
bet.
do design. And just like any business, whether it's real estate or you're in clothing or, you know, you're selling cars, I don't, whatever you're doing, it's problem solving. That is the biggest advantage you can have in business is if you develop your skills at putting out fires, at problem solving because it generally, just like life, it's not actually the problem, it's your reaction to it that determines how big that problem is going to
So
be.
true. Now, jumping into the other side of things, I love the word luxury, right? But it has so many different definitions, so many different feelings. And what is it really for you?
Luxury to me, I mean, it's different for everybody. I think
Yeah.
it largely depends on where you are in your life in terms of your age and your what you've been through and your experiences. But luxury to me is not about the clothes or the house or the car. It's more about how you live rather than what you have. People, I think, especially in today's world, equate luxury with either how much you have in the bank or what kind of car you drive or what house you live in or what vacation you took. But to me, it's really more about keeping a higher standard to yourself and your life rather than the material things that you own. Luxury to me can be as simple as a walk on a beach as it can be having a multi-million-dollar home.
I always love to leave this on a positive note. So for those that are listening, whether they're in, the luxury space could be so varied, but like clothing, real estate, yachting, private jet, whatever the case is, anybody that is in that space and trying to take it to the next level, they always take in the biggest takeaways from successful entrepreneurs like yourself. So what it would be a huge takeaway that you could share with us?
I would say authenticity and you I feel like a lot of people are looking for a formula to apply to make it, whatever that is. And I would tell them, there is no formula. The formula is you and you staying true to your vision, whatever that is, whether, whatever vocation you want to go
Mm-hmm.
into. It's staying true to yourself and being honest with yourself, as to what your skill set is, what you're good at, what you need to work on, all of those things. I feel like if you can really be honest with yourself and be authentic to who you are, no matter what you do, it's going to work out. But that's very difficult to do when you're bombarded with whether it's the people in your life or what you see on social media or whatever, thinking that there's something you think you should do rather than what you want to do. I always feel like
Yeah, very true.
if you do what you want to do in some way, somehow, maybe rough, and it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, but eventually it'll work out.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Christopher, for sharing all these things with us.
The
I
pleasure
feel
was mine, Rob.
very,
I'm
very
humbled and honored that you asked
no,
me. I
no,
truly am.
listen, the pleasure is mine. And of course, I will look forward to seeing you, whether it's in New York or if you get a bit tired of the cold, you can always come visit us here in
Yes,
Miami.
I'm gonna take you up on that, brother, because it's it's getting harsh. It's getting harsh.
All right. Well, best of luck
Uh,
with all your projects. Keep on crushing it, and we'll speak very soon.
I look forward to it. Thank you, man.
Bye.
I'll see
Thank you.
you, bro.